Right, good morning, folks. Obviously, it's 9 minutes until obviously midday, but I've decided to obviously do another one. So good morning, folks, and welcome back to Tempting TV. We're back to Train Simulator again after a month. As you guys have obviously have seen for the last couple of months, there has been obviously some streams have been happening obviously on the Bumblecraft server. The next one of those is going to be possibly likely to be this weekend, but don't have too much high hopes because basically I'm going to be going out for a mid out this weekend, so I don't really know whether I'm going to be able to be around in order to do the stream obviously on here. But I will obviously run the stream obviously still obviously if required. But obviously, do bear in mind, obviously, that there are going to be some streams, obviously, and some things today, in which case, there probably won't be that much, obviously, happening. So, on Train Simulator, obviously, today, it's going to be a little bit different because Train Sim World 4 has come out. It's basically already been released. However, because my laptop probably can't cope with it, it's not going to be worth me trying to obviously get it at the moment. But in the future, there will probably be some videos in the future where we'll probably will do some more stuff like that. But for now, we'll jump right into this and we'll have a butchers as to what's going on. For everyone obviously who doesn't know, we are currently on the 60 FPS level, so 60 frames per second now. Because I've worked out there was a loophole in my laptop which seems to make it a little bit faster. So obviously, this is just a test stream. If it does break down at any point during the video, do let me know. If not, then I might have to change it from 60 FPS, obviously, back down to 30 for when we are doing train simulator videos. But it will be 60 FPS, obviously, on Minecraft videos from now on. So, right. So we're going to jump into here today. For those, obviously, who didn't see it, I've seen this, obviously, a couple of times now. The InterCity 125, the HST, has now been retired from CrossCountry, as you guys can probably tell by the description down below. Yeah, CrossCountry has retired their HST fleet now, and which begged the question because when I looked on to see, obviously when the last ones obviously were happening, there was one apparently, I think it was in 2017, 2018. There was the last HST out of Paddington. And so obviously today we're going to be running obviously from Paddington to Reading. I know it's only a short route today, but I don't want it to go on for like hours because I know some people do get a little bit bored. So I'm just going to set the time minutes just back to the correct time, 11, 11 whatever it is, 57. So obviously for everyone who is obviously understood obviously on here, most people you probably have already seen this before. If you are new to the channel, by the way, welcome. This is obviously what I do on Tempton TV now. Is we do run basically like train simulator videos and that sort of stuff and streams and that. The thing I don't want to see happening today is this thing to crash because the last time this happened, yeah, it went a bit mad. So and it has been a while since I've done a video, so yeah, so that's obviously the new alarm. Obviously, the AWS just been set off there. It's been a while since I've seen a HST on here. I suspect some of this is obviously something to do with that, but you know. But yeah, so welcome, folks. This is the InterCity 125. What a beauty this is as well. Gonna get some screenshot stuff because the thing is, what's gonna happen is that when I do eventually do some upload stuff, yeah, you can probably tell obviously we're going to need some stuff like this. So, lights on, and obviously we'll depart obviously momentarily. We're not going to obviously depart yet because the doors are obviously still open, but We will be getting going in a couple of minutes once the doors are all closed. So yeah, so the InterCity 125, they have been running for quite a while. They are still in service, as far as I'm aware, on GWR. Great Western Railway apparently still operate them. So it's not too much of a problem, but it's probably going to be more of a problem in the fact that they're actually still running them. So, right, we're ready to the off, guys. So here we go. And so, of course, we are bound for Reading. Reading, of course, by the way, is obviously going to be the next stop, even on like older, like on the IETs. I can't believe I'm speeding already. How can you speed when it says 40? So yeah, so we've had a green signal as we just left Paddington. So hopefully this is not too much of a problem. But obviously, as you guys already know, if we do end up having a crash, I will obviously make an announcement prior to this. But I'm pretty sure this will probably be fine. This is the whole reason I have to do these streams. I need to test to make sure that everything works, because otherwise, otherwise we have to abort the whole lot. So. Yeah, yeah, actually, I need to give you my visual representative, representative, obviously, of what the last time I was doing this. So, the last time I went on a HST, the last time I went on one of them was actually in 2019. I was in Cornwall for like a couple of like for a week, and yeah, it was running then. So, and obviously, it was like one of the rarest things to actually see. Like, I didn't even realise it was even on. And then I then obviously got a message, obviously, from a few people, and they actually said, yes, the HST is actually running. And they actually, so yeah, so I had something obviously to do. But I don't know why we're going over here, because we're not going to be going, I don't know why we're going over here. Yeah, I don't know why we're going over here, because I'm not going to be on the slow lines. This is like, I'm not going to be calling at any stations, so yeah, that's right. We need to get over to the fast lines, really. I don't want to be. So yeah, so we just crossed over the North London line. We've basically just gone over to West London, I think, and the A40. Bit of surprise. There's the North London there. Yeah, so I think we are being routed onto. Yeah, so we are being routed onto the high speed lines, and so we are going in the right direction. Good, because I don't know where I'm going. I haven't really done this route for a while, so I haven't really seen what. Yeah, luckily because we're going over here, it's not too much of a problem. So yeah, so welcome, folks. This is obviously what I deal with on a daily basis. Yeah, so obviously for the last few weeks, you guys have obviously been patient. We haven't had a train sim live for a while. I'm really sorry about that. The problem we've had is recently is that because it has been quite warm, I've actually taken advantage of the weather. The weather has been quite nice, so you know, So we are now off. We can now go into 100 miles an hour. Having a bit of a drink in a moment as well. Some Pepsi Max, lovely. Usually does get me going a bit, so well, one knows what the hell's going on with these overhead lines. Looks like they're just dangling from the sky. It looks a bit weird. I don't like that. Yeah, North Pole depots to the left, and you've got Old Oak coming, obviously coming up on the right. Yeah, so the new InterCity Express trains actually now all get maintained to the left here, and then a lot of the Heathrow Expresses and even Crossrail, basically the Elizabeth line, they now pretty much get maintained to the right. So, and obviously we should soon be going through Acton Mainline, as the fact that yeah, I don't think I've seen that yet, so I think we must be going through it soon. But yeah, Eurostar's actually used to also be maintained in the same North Pole like complex as well. So I do understand obviously that some of the North Pole ones, there was a lot of Eurostar sets. I think it was up until 2007. They did all used to be, yeah. So yeah, so there's Acton Mainline, which only got 3 platforms now. However, I don't think anyone really uses the other ones. So, but yeah, so we're going to be going through reading Broadway in a minute, and then we'll, yeah, um, yeah. Actually, in this video, I do want to actually talk to you guys about something. Basically, the reason I haven't done a stream for the last like month is mainly because in recent weeks, I basically my brother's now obviously gone off to university, so I'm trying to adjust to life at the moment, so that obviously I can cope, a bit better and all that. So, but obviously because of that, it has kind of unsettled me a little bit. So I've not been used to obviously, you know. So yeah, so it's just like I'm just trying to make sure that I don't end up having too much obviously problems in my life, because as soon as I start to have problems, then that's when everything basically then kicks in, and then I don't have problems elsewhere. So I'm just trying my ultimate best to stay calm. West Ealing's coming up on the right, by the way, folks. Basically to stay calm, and yeah, so it's just trying to make sure I'm not gonna like complete, not like disintegrate or anything, but like it's just like just trying to make sure I'm not gonna be too wound up or anything. So yeah, so the InterCity 125, it's been running for quite a long time now. You guys obviously already know this. Hanwell, I think, no, Southall. I think that's Southall. Yeah, Southall. Sorry. Yeah, that was Southall. So I think it's got some sort of depot complex somewhere. It might even be Hanwell. I don't know. I get my Hanwell, and oh, it is Hanwell. So yeah, so sorry, that was Hanwell earlier. Sorry about that. I was a bit confused. I'll get the two of them mixed up. So you guys obviously do obviously accept my apologies for that one. I really don't know that myself. So I've only just got up. I've only just recently got up like an hour ago, so I'm not really entirely awake. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, for the last month or so, I mean, like, my brother's now gone to university, so we're trying to take things a little bit easy, and particularly for someone like me as well, don't really want to be, you know. So, yeah, so that was Southall. So next station must be Hayes and Arlington. So I'm a bit surprised they don't include like the Heathrow branch on here because Heathrow's not actually that much further. So otherwise we probably would be able to do like a, there's quite a few sidings actually going off to the left here. I don't know if this is part of like Southall or anything, or whether this is just something else. I don't know. It looks like it is, but a bit strange. So yeah, so we've got Hayes and Harlington obviously coming up now. Yeah, Hayes and Harlington actually does have 5 platforms now. It didn't obviously originally, it did only have 4, but because of the Elizabeth line's introduction, it has since had like 5. So yeah, yeah, so going straight through Hayes and Harlington now. It obviously seems to be long enough to obviously fit. So yeah, so the overhead wires will be going in a minute, because obviously there's a diversionary of the Heathrow Express. This is the whole reason why the overhead lines exist here. Overhead lines, obviously, like in real life now, it actually does extend beyond that. Because, yeah, so the overhead lines, I think they do go as far as, I think, even Bristol now. So, it's really quite far out, actually. Yeah, so there's no Heathrow branch by the looks of it. So, the overhead wires are just finished there. So, we're now pretty much into territory, which is basically just diesel. So, the M25 will hopefully be upon us in a minute after West Drayton. So, but yeah, I just thought we'd do a bit of a leisurely run. I mean, I might do another one of these in the winter because why not? Because like there's not really much else to do during the winter. So it's like this is some of the reason why I'm not doing too many train sim videos at the moment because I would like to obviously try and make sure we got some sort of content for the winter because over this winter it could snow. Like this winter might possibly be like quite snowy. So I just want to try and make sure we've got plenty of content because otherwise, yeah, we're not going to have any, So I think the M25 is now coming up now. To this bridge here. So yep, this is Ivor. Obviously that sound you guys can obviously hear. That's the AWS like pedal, so I have to press the dead man's pedal ever so often to make sure I can still keep driving. But yeah, so yeah, we're just going to be running all the way to Reading. I mean, we'll just yeah. I mean, this is going to be a bit of a shorter stream than normal, because I don't really want to be doing this for like hours on end. Like, otherwise, you guys obviously, I do care about the fact that obviously that some of you do sometimes get a bit bored. So this is why obviously I'm doing this rather than, you know, this is why I'm doing it in shorter segments rather than it being too, It's Langley with temporary platform. It looks like here on the left. There's obviously something there. I don't know. But yeah, yeah. So for those obviously who are watching this same stream, who usually watch the Bumblecraft stream, Bumblecraft stream, I don't know when that's going to be. I'm hoping it's either going to be this weekend. If I've got free time this weekend, I'll do it this weekend. If not, it's going to be very likely probably next week. Because at the moment, my scheduling's all over the place. I don't want to be scheduling too many things, and I can't do the Bumblecraft streams in midweeks now, because during the midweeks, hardly anyone seems to join. So this is some of the reason why I'm doing this now rather than obviously later. It's just so that it's just mainly so that then obviously people are then obviously aware, we're not going to be, you know, just approaching Slough now. Change at Slough, by the way, folks, for the service to Windsor and Eton Central. Obviously, I've got to do that to make sure that we don't have, too much of a problem. Yeah, Windsor and Eton, I think Riverside or Central. No, it is Central. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah. So for that, anyway, going back to the Bumblecraft thing. Yeah. I don't actually know when the next Bumblecraft stream is actually going to be, folks, because I'm not really sure myself really what I'm going to do. Because when I've done some of the streaming, um, a few people obviously have wanted to appear in the video, but I'm now going to be running a new segment. There's going to be a new segment where, I show people's builds rather than obviously, and all that. And so, obviously, if anyone's obviously got any builds you want me to look at, and obviously do send me a DM on Discord if you want to send me a DM in game, and then I'll put your name down on the list. Um, There's also going to be, hopefully, at some point, a new thing on the bottom, either at the bottom of the screen or at the top, in which it will just show, obviously, the countdown to Christmas. Christmas, by the way, folks, is just under 90 days now. So, this is kind of why I'm not doing too many, this is why the streams have been all over the place, because I need to organise myself ready for Christmas. So, this is Burnham. Next station, Taplow. I do wonder if InterCity 125 drivers actually. I don't know if any of you obviously watch it on here. If you have been an InterCity 125 driver, what is your drink usually when you're doing long journeys like this? Like, I do want to know because when I do a long journey, right, when I have done so in the past, I've always had like a bottle of like Diet Coke or like some water, because I don't drink tea, and so I don't know whether that makes me less British or not, but I don't drink tea for some reason. I drink hot chocolate, like I'm fine with that, but I don't drink tea for some reason. I don't know why. I'm obviously not a British person then. Yeah, so yeah, I don't drink tea. I don't know why. Oh, we're going through Maidenhead next. By the way, folks, Maidenhead, if you are obviously alighting there, you can change here for the Marlow branch, featuring the reversal at Bourne End. Bourne End, by the way, actually did used to be a through station. Bourne End actually was a through station at one point, and it used to go to High Wycombe, and then the line closed. So yeah, the line was basically cut back to Bourne End, and then obviously just became a Maidenhead to Marlow. It departs from platform 5. You can get to it on obviously Crossrail to the Elizabeth line. So yeah, if you are in the Thames Valley by any chance, go and check these branches out. Like, go and get your GWR Thames Valley Rover or whatever, and go and check some of the branches out. It's not a promotional thing. Like, go and have a look at some of this, because some of these stations and some of these, like, all that, it looks really good. But I will remind you, folks, this is not a promotional thing, okay? This is just me purely just saying, if you want to go and check these things out, go and have a look at these things. Yeah, what I'm trying to do at the moment, folks, is I'm trying to keep the train sim times to my time. So at the moment it is getting on to nearly, yeah, so it is 12:15 at the moment. So yeah, so yeah, actually, I'm going to make a couple more announcements before we do get to Reading. I mean, I will do a bit of a talk as well. I might possibly do a Q&A, I don't know. Um, yeah, if anyone obviously is wondering about the Christmas Eve video, yeah, Christmas Eve video is still happening. It's just that what I'm gonna have to probably do is I'm gonna have to make sure I don't have like empty bits where I just talk random rubbish. If you know what I mean? Yeah, this year's gonna be a little bit different. Because Dolly, um, obviously Dolly, obviously who obviously co-presented obviously the video last year, obviously who helped me out. Um, she did actually suggest to me that I don't, basically do too much information in the video. Like I just have an empty bit, like don't have an empty bit almost. And I said to her that I think it might be better for me to not have that empty bit because I think some of you guys obviously were probably waiting around for the parade to happen and there was nothing in the middle. So I've come up with two ideas. One idea is I'll do, like, obviously I'll just leave the empty bit out and then we'll just make it so that the video's in two bits. So then, you'll have my introduction, you have information and stuff, and then you'll go straight into obviously the video. Um, However, when I looked further into it, it's going to be possible to do it because the only problem is I've got to try and work out how I get the two videos in half. So I'm going to have to do some clipping, i.e., I'm going to have to cut probably half the film like in half basically. So the second option is I fill the empty gap with like what's been happening in 2023. Um, which is actually an option. It's something I have been possibly wondering for a while whether I should maybe do that, but I am going to have to slow the train down a minute because we are about to approach Reading. But yeah, so pretty much, I mean, the Christmas Eve video, folks, it is still going to happen. Like, don't worry. Like, it's still going to happen anyway because you guys know me. Like, I still want to do it because the thing is, a lot of my videos, even this one today, like even this stream, I do this for free. And at the end of the day, a lot of people are probably a lot worse off than I am. So, a lot of people probably don't have that much time to do it. So take it from me, alright? Like basically, I'm doing this basically out of will in the fact that you do get something out of it, pretty much. So yeah, so we are gonna have to release the brakes in a minute, because obviously this is gonna be getting to the point where we're gonna have to slow down. Luckily, because obviously I know what the brakes are on here now, it should be a little bit easier rather than me having to press anything on the like. Basically, I don't want to use my mouse obviously to like press down, and all that sort of stuff. So this time, hopefully, I'll be able to just, you know. And I'm sorry if my voice sounds a bit mumbly at the moment. I've got a bad cold still. This has been going for a while now. I mean, I don't know what the hell's up with me. I suppose it's obviously something I've got obviously regularly. It's something I seem to have quite regularly. I don't know what sort of immune system I have. So, but I'm still gonna keep doing these. Like, these do seem to be quite popular. So why not? Innit? Why not? Yeah. So we just gotta take it a bit easy. So we've pretty much done London to Reading effectively in nearly 20 minutes actually. Yeah, so for everyone obviously who's aware now, I've now got to apply the brakes. And it looks like we're going to be having some yellows, so... yeah, it's a single yellow. It looks to be a yellow, so we'll proceed a bit carefully, but lucky because I can restart this quite easily. So we're going to go and be routed into platform 8, folks. So, yeah, so platform 8, next station, Reading. Southwestern like railway services obviously coming from the left. And they obviously go into platforms like 4 to 6. So yeah, so platform 8, this train terminates here. We'll change for services to places like Basingstoke, places like Manchester, places like, Bournemouth, all sorts, to, Staines and all that. So, who knows, you know. So yeah, so that is pretty much the end, pretty much of the stream, folks. So I hope everybody likes that. I know this is obviously a bit of a shorter stream than normal, but I wanted to just like get this out of the way. So it is, of course, farewell to the InterCity 125, and yeah, I mean, hopefully they will still be running, but it is fair to say they probably won't be around for much longer because like most of them are only in Scotland. So, and I'm gonna overshoot the platform. No. Well, I didn't time that one right at the end. So, sorry, I'm just gonna open it anyway. Anyway, so yeah, sorry about that, folks. I just overrun the platform. I can't believe I've just done that. But then again, I haven't really done an InterCity 125 on here for a while, so I've, you gotta forgive me for that. I can't really help, but usually when I'm on like electric services, I can just reverse and then, you know. But yeah, so I haven't done a stream for a while, so obviously do forgive me for that one because I have no clue what I was supposed to. Well, I wasn't really supposed to know what to do really there. So, but yeah. So for those obviously who did enjoy that video, please do let me know if you do want to see another one. Because I know, yeah. So I do know obviously quite a few people are probably interested. And oh, Monk Maze obviously was watching. Hi, Monk Maze. But yeah. So thanks obviously to those who've obviously just watched the stream. I haven't got the YouTube chat box in this stream, so I don't know whether I've got to try and do a pop out chat and sort that out. But hopefully it'll work. But yeah, thank you obviously all for joining. I will be doing another Bumblecraft stream this weekend if obviously I have the time. If not, I will probably post on the community tabs page, and you guys can obviously go and see why. Obviously, I've had to temporarily not do it because. But yeah, I'm going to be having a meal out on Saturday, and I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. So I think I'm supposed to be doing something tomorrow, but I think it's mostly like Christmas stuff. So. But yeah, so thanks you all obviously for joining, and I'll see you guys a bit later.